Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you all are doing well. And in this video, man, I'm going to talk about one of the easiest ways to level up this month in Red Dead Online. But before I get into that, man, if you enjoy this type of content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button because I make guide and tip videos all the time. By hitting the subscribe button, it'll ensure you don't miss the next video. Plus, it helps the channel out tremendously. Now that all that's out of the way, let's get right into it. Okay, so this month, the bonuses are for the trader role. And what you're going to get is you're going to get 3 times the money, 3 times the XP, and 3 times the role XP on trader sales. Now here's what's different about this bonus than what it normally is, because normally they give you the double material boost that helps you fill your material bar up faster along with this. This time they did not give us that material bar boost, so you're going to have to do it like the old-fashioned way, but they are giving us 3 times the money and 3 times the XP and 3 times roll XP. So it's going to make things easier for you once you're completing those sales. But again, it's going to take a little bit of time to fill up those material bars. But I'm going to show you a couple of ways you can fill up that material bar in a location that I use a lot, that I think is one of the best locations to get the best out of the trailer roll. Okay, and so the location you want to come to McFarland's Ranch, and really the Higginstead area, which is located in McFarland's Ranch. But anywhere within here, man, it's going to be great for filling up your material bar because you're going to get an abundance of animals that you'll be able to hunt to be able to fill up that bar faster. Now, and I can't tell you why some animals spawn more in other areas than they do, but for some reason in the Higginstead area, you have more birds and deer spawn way more frequently. So now here's a few misconceptions about the trader role, is that you need to hunt large animals. Those will fill up the material bar quicker. They will not. Large animals do not fill up the material bar quicker. There's really no specific size of an animal that fills the material bar up quicker. No, what fills the material bar up quickest is the pelt level and feathers. So one of the easiest ways to maximize your time and fill up the material bar is hunting birds and hunting deer. Now, I say hunt deer because it's easier to get a 3-star pelt on a deer because you just got to give them a headshot, and they spawn more frequently. Now, you want to make sure you're using the right weapon, which is a rifle. I like to use the bolt action rifle, but a rifle is what you want to use. That's the appropriate weapon that's going to keep the pelt level the same. If you switch it up and you shoot it with a headshot with a different type of weapon, it will bring the pelt level down. So stick with the appropriate weapon for the appropriate animal. If you want to hunt anything else differently, you can. Just make sure that you put your gun up to it so you can see and hit R1, and it'll tell you what weapon works best to keep the pelt level the same on that specific animal. In this area, I like to do my hunting on horseback because it gives you that little bit of vantage point. So now let's find the 3-star. It's a 2-star. And so even with me shooting in this area, it didn't scare off the deer. So they're still there, and then even more birds are coming. So you could sit in this spot all day, hunt birds, and the deer are going to stay there. And then when you're ready to pop off the deer, you can go pop them off, and then they're going to respawn, and you can rinse and repeat the process. Now let's go for this 3-star. He's right there. So because he's under a hill, kind of, I want to go over so I can really get a good look at him. See, now he's in the pack. There he goes. Now, it's definitely better if you have a scope because it's going to ensure that you get that headshot. Now, right there, I got his head. I can go ahead and take it. Now, let me wait. Bang. And they're going to run a little bit, but they're not going to go too far. So even if you want to go after that 2-star, you could, but they're not going to go that far. Still 3-star. And now with these, you want to take these whole. You always want to take the first one whole. And if you continue to hunt, then you can skin the other ones. But always take the first one whole so you have one whole perfect carcass. That's going to help with filling up your material bar. Now, you could do this with just one horse, or you can, call out your hunting wagon, fill up your hunting wagon, and then call it back, then go back to Cripps and unload. You can do that. That method, I mean, that's more time effective by calling out the hunting wagon, spending the whole time just hunting, filling up that hunting wagon, and then going back to Cripps, because you can put a whole bunch of feathers, you can put a whole bunch of doe. You get about 7 or 8 doe, whole carcasses of does that you could put in there before it fills up, because it's a medium-sized animal. Then you could take it back to Cripps, sell it, and fill up the material bar if you want to go that route. But again, that is more time effective because you're maximizing your time, making sure you're doing all your hunting, then you're calling out, and then you're going back instead of going back and forth to Cripps. Now, always the doe are going to give you more as far as filling up the material bar. The feathers, they're going to give you a little bit, but the feathers we're using for the XP. Using the feathers for the XP to get that double XP, the 3 times XP. But the doe is what you want to use. And see the doe. So really, if I caught 3 more perfect whole carcasses, I will be done. The material bar be full. So in essence, you can really hunt 5 perfect pelts, perfect carcasses of does, and you'll fill up your material bar and you'll be done. 5 to 6, depending on where you are, 5 to 6, and you'll be done. And then you can do the run, which is the most important part. Right, this gives me nothing. This is more for the XP. The deer are for the filling up the material bar. Now, if you are just starting out and you are trying to maximize your XP with the trader rope, then you want to do the resupply missions, right? All beginners do the resupply mission because you're going to get XP for completing the mission. If you're done, if you maxed out the trader rope and you don't really need to level it up, then you don't need to do the resupply missions, then you can buy it. If you feel like you're at a point to where you really just want to grind out and get as many deliveries done as possible, then go ahead and pay the $20 to get the resupply stuff to come to you so that you can just get your runs on. But if you are beginning and just starting out, you definitely want to do the resupply mission because you want that XP. And again, in this point in time, you're getting 3 times the XP. So now all of those tips are great for during the day. During the day, you're going to see a lot of birds. You're going to see a lot of deer. You're going to see a lot of doe. At nighttime, that's in this area, it's going to taper off just a little bit, but it's going to add a different element. It's going to add another predator, which is going to be the wolves. Now, getting a perfect pelt on a wolf, you can do it. It is somewhat hard because most people panic when the wolves come because they come in a pack, it turn red, and then you all discombobulate, and then your horse is panicking. So you're just trying to put them down as quickly as possible. But if you see them coming, you pop a potion, then now you got your health bar secured a little bit, got your shield on a little bit, so to speak. Now you can take your time and make sure that you're killing the wolf appropriately so you can get that 3-star pelt and or carcass, because those are going to fill up the material bar as well. So look, I just took out that 3-star, took them to Cripps, sold them, and then the ones that ran off came right back to the same spot. So most of the time, like I said, most of the time you can chase them if you want to, but you really don't have to because they do come back to the same spot. They just come back to the same spot. And then if you want to take out the whole pack, by the time you come back to Cripps, they would have respawned and you at 3-star be back. But right now it's 2 2-stars right there, so I can take both of those, and that's going to help with the material bar. Those 1-stars not really going to do nothing, but you can take out those 2 2-stars and they'll help. Also, what spawns out here at night as far as birds are the owls. So the owls are good. Those owl feathers are good. They're going to give you something with the XP as well. But if we're going to fill up our material bar quickly, you want to come in this area. They're going to constantly be packs of deer or doe. Take out the whole group, call out your hunting wagon, then have your hunting wagon pick them up, load them up. Once you load them up, you can send your hunting wagon away so that you can get back on your horse, because you might be away from your camp and you don't want to try to ride your hunting wagon all back to camp. It is terrible to drive. Just call it out, fill it up, and then send it back, and then get your regular horse, go back to camp, and then you can call it back and it'll come right to your camp and you can unload the Cripps. That's going to be the easiest, most effective way that you can hunt these deer and fill up your material bar, because you're going to be able to fill up that hunting wagon with so many deer, and it's going to cut your time in half. again, because in this area the deer spawn frequently. And like I said, and it's like that all over the map. There's certain areas where animals spawn frequently, like in Blackwater. Once you go to like right where the letters say Blackwater, the bison spawn there frequently, constantly, all the time. They just have these spawn points for different animals. And in McFarland's Ranch area, the Higginstead, the deer spawn frequently. So you always be able to find those 3-star deer to be able to fill up that material bar fast. And that's the whole point. We need to fill up the material bar fast so that we can do the trader runs fast and take advantage of that 3 times the money. So that's going to be it for this one. That's going to be the quickest way that you'll be able to level up fast this month with the trader role, because the trader role is going to be how you're going to get that 3 times your personal XP, 3 times your role XP. So you'll be able to level and buff up as fast as possible. And if you're not maxed out with the trader role, you can take this weekend, bro, and or this month in general and max out the trader role, because you're getting 3 times opposed to that 2 times they normally give us. You're getting 3 times. It's going to be so easy, so easy, so easy. But like I said, that's it for this one, man. Hopefully it was helpful in some way, shape, or form. And if it was, man, do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button, because I make guide and tip videos all the time. By hitting the subscribe button, it'll ensure you don't miss the next video. Plus, it helps the channel out tremendously. I'm up out of here, man. Happy hunting. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Hey, Outlaws, if you enjoyed that video, then check out this next video. That's some more Red Dead Online content.